This is a freaking disaster. I don't care who's at fault anymore. I am so sick of this version of the 76ers. Like, I want James Harden not traded out of spite. You don't want to play? Well, guess what? You're not going to play then. Stay in China if you want to play. And then as soon as this dilemma, whatever, comes to an end, I would love to see Daryl Morey removed as president of, basically the emperor of the 76ers, because Josh Harris bought his, childhood football team, so he's not involved anymore. It's basically just Daryl Morey's team that he's, quote-unquote, running. As soon as I read this stuff, and I was like, okay, yeah, Sean and I are going to talk about this on Friday, just started looking up all of the, season specials on BetMGM I could find. 76ers plus 550 to miss the playoffs. Absolutely love it. And then to make
Sixers fans always go too far.
To make the play-in plus 325. All right, yeah, they could be the 7 to 10 seed maybe.
Way too far.
I have 2020 bubble playoff vibes from this team. It is going to just be, James Harden ain't out there, and Joel Embiid's going to come up with a reason to quit, and it's going to be the 2020 playoffs all over again.
See, Philly fans are so emotional. Just so emotional. They can fall and trip onto 50 wins. If Joel Embiid is playing, and say what do you say?
He's not gonna.
He always plays. I know when he gets hurt, but he plays 60 games now. He doesn't quit on the team. He gets hurt. But he plays 60 games. So as long as Joel and Tyrese are playing, they're going to trip on to 50 wins.
Yeah,
like they've done the last 5 years straight. They can't not win 50 games. So bubble in a terrible Eastern Conference.
Yeah,
bubble. Come on, Philadelphia fans.
If you don't want to miss the playoffs at plus 550 to make the play-in plus 325. I do not see this as a 50-win team.
So emotional.
I see a team in absolute disarray.
So emotional.
The starting point guard is refusing to show up.
If he cannot,
and the center is an emotional baby.
He cannot play. You're still going to be better than the Wizards.
And that's it.
You're still going to be better than the Chicago Bulls. If Joel Embiid comes out and gives you 30 and 10 like he has the last 3-4 seasons, you're going to be a 47 to 54 win team.
Yeah.
Now you won't do jack squat in the playoffs, but bubble?
I see him being out, man.
Goodness.
I see Joel Embiid is checked out. I think he
is
has
not checked out.
The thing, because he's a troll. He is. So maybe you shouldn't react to everything he does on social media. But when Trey Turner gets the standing ovation from the fans as a pick-me-up, and he tweets out the LOL, I think he's out on us. And he's just ready to he's ready to go to Miami. He's ready to go somewhere else.
When someone commented about Joel Embiid's tweets, he said, "Look at my Twitter name. It's Troel." Now, us old people, I'm old. The old people around don't understand why the young people do this. But this is just what they do. It don't mean they want to lead the team. It don't mean they troll.
It all comes
young
from
kids
somewhere.
Troll.
It all comes from somewhere.
They troll for entertainment. It don't mean they're quitting.
It's like you say, I was just joking, when you actually just said something you shouldn't have said.
And that's your old.
It is a
that's
backtrack.
Your old self.
It is a
That's
backtrack.
what your old self is thinking. That's your old brain. The kids who are in their 20s, they just do it for fun.
Joel Embiid's 30
he's
now.
done it his whole career. Yes, but that's who he's been his whole career. He's a Twitter baby. We get on Twitter and we have fun on Twitter. But him, 30 and younger, was raised by Twitter. They troll. Just an emotional Philadelphia
It comes
fan.
from somewhere, man.
And it's pessimistic. And I get it.
I believe this is going to be a disaster season.
I get it.
This is a team that has reached its height, and now the decline begins.
Well, define disaster. Because, again, they're going to make the playoffs.
7 to 10.
They're going to win. They're going to make the playoffs, be a fourth seed, lose in the second round like they always do, and that's it. But if you have Joel Embiid, you ain't going to be a play. I don't think you remember how bad the Eastern Conference is.
Oh, I know.
This ain't the Western Conference. I could get the argument, a bubble team in the West. The East stinks. Joel Embiid's presence alone playing 60 games gets you better than the Wizards and some of these other teams.
I will be shocked if he plays 60 games this year. I see a team that is on the brink of disarray. It has nothing to do with the talent on the team. It has everything to do with the personality of the team.
I get it. They're emotional. It's traumatic. It's all of those things. There's dysfunction. But talent-wise, if Joel plays, you ain't going to worry about a bubble in the Eastern Conference. I'm going to promise you that to make you feel better. I know this doesn't make you feel better, but you ain't got to worry if Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid play 60 games. Doesn't matter. Let me just show you the Eastern Conference teams that you say are going to be bubble. Like really, the Toronto Raptors, the Indiana Pacers, the Detroit Pistons, Orlando Magic. That's bubble teams.
Don't sleep on Orlando, man.
Oh, jeez,
Telling
Louise.
you, they got some young talent down there.
Jeez, Louise.
Listen, I realize that's why the odds are 550 and 325. It is unlikely to happen.
I know.
But I see a team on the brink of disarray that maybe starts out kind of well. Maybe they get embarrassed on Christmas by the Heat, and then things just
that is the emotional
decline.
That is an emotional Philadelphia play.
I have removed emotion from this entirely.
Oh, that's emotion.
I watched a team flat out quit after they took a 3-2 series lead and had a fourth quarter lead in Game 6 to win. I watched them quit. And then I watched their starting point guard say he's never playing for the team again and is outwardly talking trash on the general manager / his ex-best friend. Yeah. Like, the guy he's talking about is a dude who has a picture of them hugging in his office.
Listen, I don't deny any of those things. Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, well, I do deny the quit. Not having a clutch gene is what they don't have. That's the problem. I don't believe they quit.
That Game 7. If that was them trying,
just don't have clutch dreams.
If that was them trying in Game 7, they're actually bad.
It's just individuals who get tight in clutch moments. That's who James Harden's been his whole career. The Phillies, I believe, had the second best record in baseball since June, but it is going down because you say, people just think that they're better in the playoffs, but then I say to myself, that pitching, it's deeper, but the depth of your starting pitching is less important when it gets to playoff.
No, you need your top end guys.
Yeah, you're all right. Your fourth or fifth guy. Fourth guy would be great, but all right, fifth, sixth, who cares?
Yeah,
right. Or your top three, are they getting it done? Or are they studs? And you look at this team, you go, Zach Wheeler's still good. He ain't as good as he was last year. Aaron Nola, steep drop. Who's your third guy? Is Lorenzen going to continue to go complete games, no hitters? Like we're us in Philadelphia, maybe people everywhere else are still very unsure. And we think he'll be a solid pitcher, but very unsure where he's going to be on their playoff lineup. Like, is he going to be the second guy? Is he going to be the fourth guy? Like
to me,
or is he going to be a innings eat up guy? Like, is he that good?
Jake, I did want to ask you about the Dodgers real quick, and just like they're only 4 back of the Braves for months. Yeah. It was the Braves and then like 7 National League teams all within 3 games of each other, way behind Atlanta. Well, the Dodgers have won 11 straight, 4 back. I'm looking at MGM plus 700. Most wins in baseball. Braves minus 500 is the favorite. Any interest whatsoever in them potentially catching Atlanta?
Honestly, that could be a conversation that I would be willing to have because Atlanta, they've basically got the division wrapped up. Like, that's wraps. It's over. They're double-digit lead. It's August 18th. Nobody's – like, the Phillies aren't catching them. The Marlins aren't catching them. And that's really it. It depends on how much Atlanta cares about that 1 seed. How much would they rather play the Cubs over, say, the Brewers, which I think those are interchangeable because they both aren't very good. But – it just matters how much does Atlanta care about getting that 1 seed. I think the Dodgers have more to play for, and I think they want that 1 seed a little bit more. And it's interesting. I definitely see the case for that. And the Dodgers rotation, the way that they're pitching right now, I don't know how you go against them. Clayton Kershaw, still Clayton Kershaw. Lance Lynn's just good. Stop me if you heard this one before. A guy who doesn't pitch particularly well goes to the Dodgers. Now he's awesome. Where have I seen that before? Oh, every single year for the last 5 years. So that's really good. Julio Urias is pitching like the guy that we thought he was going to be before the season when he was, one of the favorites for Cy Young. So I definitely see the value in that. I think that should definitely be priced a little bit closer.